Hello everyone, welcome back to day 3 ServiceNow AI series. Today we are going to cover what prompt design and engineering, how prompting is important now in ServiceNow as well. Okay, and I'll give you the steps. Okay, how to build your first custom AI skill. Okay, so before going to the building part, what is the skill kit and how do custom skills work? So the skill kit is the design studio uh, for AI skills in ServiceNow. While out of the box skills handle common scenarios, right? The skill kit lets you build skills that match your organization's exact terminology, data, and business processes. Building a custom skill is not coding, it is structured prompt engineering combined with field configuration. Okay, so a custom skill has four components. First one is prompt. Okay, this one, prompt. So the prompt, you know the prompt, right? The instruction you write to the LLM. Input fields. Second thing is the input fields. Okay, the ServiceNow table fields that feed real data into prompt. Okay, the third thing is tools. It's like optional add-ons that bring in extra data like related records or knowledge articles. Fourth one is evaluation. A data set that tests how the skill performs before you go live. Okay, and this in the prompt engineering is the most critical skill while configuring the one of the skill in the skill kit. Okay, a good prompt tells the LLM what role to play. Like you are a ServiceNow ITSM expert. That is what role to play and what to do. Summarize the following incident in 3 bullet points. And what is the format you like to use? Written only bullet points, no prose. And if you want to apply any conditions, right, what constraints to apply? Do not add information not present in the input fields. So here are the 4 points again, right? Define the prompt. We can define that as a very good prompt to tell the LLM. One is what role to play, what to do, and what format to use, and what constraints to apply. Okay, input fields are references to real ServiceNow table columns. When the skill runs, it replaces these placeholders with the actual field values from the current record. For example, in the prompt you are writing this short description, its backend value becomes the actual incident description. Okay, and the evaluation connects your skill to a data collection from the data kit. You run the skill across 50 to 100 real or synthetic records, okay, and review the outputs. A judge model scores response quality automatically. Okay, next, agentic evaluation. The evaluation tab where you run large scale testing before production activation. This is how you prove sorry yeah this is how you prove a skill is ready, not just a guess. Okay, so again, why this matters? The quality of your custom skill output is 80% determined by the quality of your prompt. Okay, if you give vague prompts, produce inconsistent outputs. Specific structured prompts with format instructions produce reliable professional outputs that agents will actually adopt and trust. Okay, So how to configure or how to build a custom skill from scratch? Please follow these below steps as is, okay, to achieve a good or your first custom skill. Okay, navigate to skill kit under Nav Assist, click home and click new. Select the table the skill will read from, for example incident table, change management, from where you want. Okay, give it the clear name. It's, you can see right, this custom will be the indicates that this is the custom skill. Okay, and set type equal to prompt based skill. Okay, set language model to now LLM default. You can change this later. Okay, like there will be more other more LLMs, right? You can change that later. So add a meaningful description so other admins understand what this skill does, right? So second step is to configure the input fields. In the input panel, like there will be a left side input panel. I'll show you. Mm, maybe here also I missed the screenshot. Okay, something like this only. Like if you see here in the left side we have, right, similar to that we have to add the inputs. Select the fields from the table which you have already chosen. Okay, add short description, work notes, what are the fields required. Okay, each field you add creates a variable like this, it's backend value available in your prompt. Only add fields that are actually populated in your real data. Empty fields produce again poor output, because empty fields if you give to if you give to the LLM, what it will summarize, right? So next, third step, this is the prompt. So click into the prompt editor, you can see write a structured prompt. Example structure, you can see you are telling that you are a major incident communication specialist. That means you have to play the role of that. Okay, only on the information below, generate a stakeholder communication. Format your response exactly as then the list sections with labels. Executive summary, business impact, you are giving that I need executive summary with 2 sentences maximum. Okay, and business impact, what is affected and who. Current status, what is being done right now. Next update, when the next update will be sent. And incident data, you have to give this short description, work notes, and whatever the incident data you need. Okay, and if you go to this step 4, test with this sample data. There will be a click test under the prompt editor. Inside that prompt editor itself we have that test button. Manually enter the sample values. You have to take the sample values for each input to simulate a real incident. Okay, run the test and review the output. For example, if it gives if the output format is wrong, tighten the format instruction in the prompt properly. Okay, if the output is too long, add maximum 50 words per section in the prompt. For example, if in the line 8 you add maximum 50 words per section, you can add that instruction, okay, in the prompt itself. If the output contains fabricated information, add do not include any information not in the input fields. Okay, these all you are making the prompt according to the output we get. You are making the prompt very good, okay, very clearly. So do not include any information not in the input fields. Then iterate the prompt until 3 consecutive test runs produce consistent to get the correct output. Okay, till here this prompt managing is done. Connect the data kit and evaluate. Okay, navigate to the evaluation tab, there only select a data collection, you built in the data kit, or create new one if there is nothing else. Okay, run the evaluation. The judge model scores each output. It might be relevance, completeness, accuracy. Okay, review the lowest scoring outputs. These reveal prompt weaknesses. Okay, refine the prompt based on the evaluation findings and rerun until average score exceeds 80%. Okay, and last, step 6, activate the skill. Navigate to the admin console and whatever the skill you have created under, right, the product under, find your custom skill, click activate, connect it to the incident workspace context panel. Test in real incident. The custom skill button should appear alongside with the out of the box skills. Confirm the output matches the format you designed in the prompt. Gather feedback from 3 to 5 agents in the first week and refine the prompt if needed. So this is how you have to work on the AI, right? So in a simple or in a layman terms, if you think, if whenever you type anything to your chat like to the use case you ask for the chat gpt, it gives something hallucinating, something imagining, something from the web search, everything it gathers and gives you as a response, right? Once you get the response, you analyze it, and you will recorrect that prompt, right? No, I need the summarization. Okay, and if it still gives something in the prompt itself, you have to mention the point. Don't hallucinate, just give the things what I have given in the prompt, right? So you going on correcting that prompt, right? This is how it works with the AI. So you have to follow this steps to building a skill step by step. Okay, navigate and just name it with the whatever you need and give the inputs. Open the prompt editor, type the structured prompt. Okay, show each line being added. Click test, enter sample p1 incident description. Okay, point out the output follows the exact format in the prompt. This is the power of formatting instructions. Okay, change one line of the prompt. For example, whatever you have written, just change the one line of the prompt. Remove the format instruction, rerun to show how, like you can see how the output degrades. Okay, restore the format instructions and show output quality returns. Okay, navigate to the evaluation tab and connect the data collection and run evaluation. There you can see the scoring. So the prompt is the product, everything else is the configuration. You just remind this thing. Okay, so I'm just jumping back to technical use case. A manufacturing company needs a self-service catalog item for new hire laptop requests that dynamically route to right warehouses team based on location and pre-configures the device in parallel. It's very simple, and I'm giving these technical use cases for I mean to understand every developer who is in beginner stage as well. Okay, so if you navigate to service catalog, there will be catalog items new, and you can name it and set the category to IT hardware. Add variable set, new hire details. You can include the variables as name, start date, role will be choice list, and manager name. So add that variable set to the catalog, service catalog item. Okay, use dynamic checkbox list variable populated by the script. Okay, that queries approved equipment by role from the custom equipment policy tab. Please use these steps to configure so that you can achieve the use case. Okay, If location is equal to a pack, assign it to fulfillment task. Those things based on the uh, location, you have to assign it to its warehouse. Okay. Simultaneously create a task for the IT team to pre-configure the device. So the warehouse task must complete before the IT pre-configuration task can start. It's like dependency. Okay. Add a catalog client script on the start date variable. Validate that the date is at least 5 business days in the future. Okay. If not, show an error message. This prevents last minute requests. Okay. Add a notification triggered when all tasks are completed. That means email the manager which are assigned to that form, right, that record, with the delivery date and tracking reference. Okay. So I'm giving you the one best practice is that set mandatory fields and input validations on every catalog item. Okay. Incomplete catalog requests are top cause of back and forth between fulfillment teams and the requesters. On every catalog item, mark all business critical fields as mandatory and client side input validation using catalog client scripts. Example, validate start date is not in the past, validate email format. Okay. And use UI policies to show or hide variable sets based on previous answers. Test every catalog item by submitting it as a new user with no institutional knowledge. If you need to ask the requester for clarification more than 10% of the time, the form design needs improvement. Okay. So this I have to check, but I have just noted from the document. Okay. Australia introduces a jumpstart accelerator for major incident management that automates stakeholders communication during P1 outages. Templates pull live incident data, affected services, what is a workaround, ETA, and send structured updates at defined intervals without the incident commander manually drafting each update. A new major incident war room dashboard shows timelines, task assignments, and bridge call links for all responders in one view. Okay. So now to the audience question. What custom now assist skill would add the most value in your organization right now? Describe your use case in one sentence. We'll try to build it live in an upcoming video. Drop your questions, doubts, anything mm, in the comment box. I'll review and I'll definitely answer to that questions. And to summarize that, we have discussed on the custom skills, what is prompt engineering, why it is important, what are input fields, how to format the instructions in the prompt, evaluation tab, which test your skill at scale before activation. And we have to always iterate. That means test, refine, retest until something it will be like 3 consistent outputs. Okay. Activation connects your skill to real workspaces and user experience. And in day 4 I'll again explain you, not demonstrate because of that plugin. And in day 4 I'll be explaining you the what is data kit, building data sets, synthetic data and collections for evaluation. Stay tuned for next video. Please subscribe to my channel, like, share and comment. Bye bye.